When I was 7 years old, my actual biological mom left my family. The way my dad kind of dealt with that situation was he took us to IHOP after we dropped her off at the bus station, which is kind of the only thing I remember right after that happening. And at first when I was dealing with that situation at 7 years old, you don't really know how to handle it. It's not something that you're equipped to handle when you're that little or any of that kind of thing. And my brother was 6 and my little sister was 3, and none of us knew how to handle it. My dad didn't even know how to handle it. So for a number of years, and unfortunately it wasn't the first time my mom left. Why do I say it's not the first time? Because over the course of the next 3 to 4 years, she would come in and out of our lives as we grew older and was trying to deal with all of these things, like me going into junior high and my dad meeting a new woman and marrying her and everything. And those years from the ages of 7 to 10 were some of the most turbulent times of my life. And they have really affected me up until even this point, actually. And but the thing that really has gotten me through all of like the stuff that I've dealt with, the pain, the hurt, the anger, the loneliness and depression I felt, was the people that have mentored me over the years. The people that have invested in me, the people that cared about me, and most of them, to be quite honest, weren't even my actual family. So the topic today is about mentoring students. In today's society, there is a lot of things that students, so like you guys are all in your like high school years and everything, so you're about like 14 to 17, 18 kind of age. And there's a lot of things coming against you guys, and it's not always the easiest time to kind of find yourself in your identity. And something that I have realized over the years as I've grown up and I've seen things is that we need mentorship. People at your guys' age, and even at my age, I'm 25, you need mentorship because there's a lot of things coming against you. There was a study done, and out of 1,018 students that were interviewed, 31% of them felt like they were completely stressed out. And it's not just the normal little stresses like I didn't get my homework turned in. It's like adult stresses. They were talking about how they're interviewing students that had the same kind of stress that adults are dealing with. And you wouldn't think that somebody who is supposed to be in high school is dealing with some of the stresses that adults are dealing with. You guys are dealing with things like relationships and things like financial problems and having to take care of yourself and stuff like that. This is not applied to everybody, but a lot of students are dealing with these issues in this moment and worrying about them the same way that adults are doing. And that is because of a number of kind of scary epidemics that are showing up in our society. Like when I said earlier is that my mom left me, how many usually when we talk about a parent leaving, we talk about how fathers are leaving. And that's been prevalent in society for like hundreds of years, having the father leave the family and how much that affects the like children and even the spouse that's left behind. But in my situation, my mother left me. And that comes with some interesting repercussions that you wouldn't really think was something a lot of students had to deal with, but it's a thing. It's becoming more prevalent. I was looking at a survey done, and it's about 2 million, this is in the United States, there is 2 million single fathers in the United States at the moment, because the fact is that a lot of women are becoming disconnected from motherhood. They do not understand what being an actual mother is about, or they feel uncomfortable, or they weren't taught by their own moms what it means to be an actual mom and to stay. And it's on the same kind of scale as a father trying to deal with that situation. They weren't taught very well either how to be a mother or father. And this is starting to affect students. And it's not just students who have, like, you may not be in a single family, like a single parent family, but maybe your grandparents raised your parents as a single parent, or you have aunts and uncles who got divorced, something like that. Almost every family, like any family I've ever met, has had some form of divorce in their family, and it is affecting our students greatly. And it's making them have to worry and deal with things like they're an adult. That was one of the things I struggled with as I was growing up, was having to figure out how to become an adult basically on my own, because my parents never taught me how to be an adult. So something I want to challenge you guys with is that I want to challenge you guys as students and even as leaders and everything. And we're in a setting of a youth group, so we already kind of have this dynamic. But I'm talking about outside of this. I'm not just talking about you have your parents who can help you. A lot of you have like 2 family homes and everything, and that's a big blessing, and I'm so happy that you have that. But there are students around you that do not have that same dynamic. And so what I'm putting out there is that we need to seek out mentorship, even when you have 2 parents that are there for you. I'm not just talking about a teacher or a parent or somebody else that's like supposed to be your mentor. I'm talking about just seeking out kind of like an adult friend almost, but somebody who knows more than you, who has a better understanding about how life goes and those kinds of things. We need those kinds of relationships in our life, because how are we supposed to learn to become an adult when the only example we have are maybe 2 to 3 adults, and sometimes they're not always the best examples in our life. So it's a challenge that I want to put to all of you, especially the students, because there's more of you than there are adults in this arena, is that you need to seek out mentorship. You need to seek out adults that are going to invest in you, and not just, like I said, not just your youth leader or those kind of big things, because there's a lot of you and there's only like usually 1 or 2 like a youth leader or anything like that. So you need to find people in your life who are going to just love you and care for you in the place that you're at. So that's something that I want you guys to think about as you're going forward into your life, as you're going forward into the society and everything. You need those friendships. You need those adult friendships that just build you up and encourage you to be a better person and everything. And so I just want you guys to think about that as you're going forward, to find a mentor, somebody. And I want to challenge you to be the one that makes that effort to make it a relationship. Because if you don't, some adults don't know how to approach the younger generation, because they don't know what it is that they need to do to connect with you. So you need to be the one sometimes to make that initiative and everything. So that is my speech about mentoring. I hope that you guys think about going forward. If you feel lost or alone, or you don't know how to handle something and you don't feel like you can talk to your parents or your teachers, please seek out an adult in your life, maybe somebody who at church who can invest in you and build you up as a person. So thank you.